One thing about living full-time on the road is that we never know exactly where we're going to end up. Sometimes that can be a little bit stressful, but mainly it's actually a huge blessing to just give up control and know that we're going to be at the right place at the right time. Here is our short documentary of being in those right places at the right times to have the best life we could live. So we left Saratoga and ended up making our way up towards Pinedale, Wyoming. Small little town, super cute, and we actually saw a moose while we were there. But other than that, it was just an overnight stay, not too much there. And then we stayed in Alpine, which is a beautiful town right at the base of all the mountains at the Grand Tetons and that whole area. And bunch of free camping. If any of you guys are out boondocking and need a place to find and you're in the area, go to Alpine. It's unlimited camping. It's beautiful, right on the lake, and it's absolutely stunning. While we were there, we decided to take the tracker out, right? This thing is four-wheel drive, tiny, it's stick shift. I love.
It is on your hat.
That's a little trick for you guys. If there's a bee flying around you snap, and something about the sound waves they don't like, so they end up flying away.
Huh.
Yep. Anyhow, get out of here. Where we're parked it looks like it used to be a lake or something. Like the water used to be all the way up, and so we took the tracker to go all the way down to the water. And little did I know is that this hard-packed area was actually very clay, super soft mud. It just likes us. What the heck? And we get into this super soft spot and we just sink. And shit.
So we're out here, we just got stuck. I got out and pushed. Felt like I didn't do anything. So I either was really good at pushing or I'm just too fat and we got stuck in the mud.
So I had to get out and push the tracker out.
While I'm flooring it in reverse.
Yeah, so either I'm really good at pushing or I'm just too fat and that's why we sunk into the mud.
Or you're ripped and pushed a car out of sinking mud.
See the mountains?
Over there.
Yeah, right here.
Meanwhile, Shanti was standing up in the passenger seat, like holding on, like, Daddy, go, Daddy, go.
Yeah. I got super muddy and it was fun. And so we camped out there overnight and then went up to meet our friends Steve and Jordan with the wildernest_bus on Instagram.
We had no idea. They all knew that they had met up with some of our friends that we had just met as well. You guys remember them from a couple videos back. They have the 4 kids in the one bus. A brand new bus was there that we had never met who also had children. So we show up to meet our one friends and then like these 3 beautiful buses expose themselves and we were greeted with a group of wonderful people.
Yeah.
Our friends are back. Well, we're back and they're here.
We're back together.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, all the kids and it's really great. Shanti being an only child, when we meet up with friends who have kids, it's a wonderful time. We can all relate to them, all being parents, and then the kids just run around wild and learn the life lessons that they're supposed to be learning together. Sometimes they're playing, sometimes they're fighting, but it makes it all worth it.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night.
And so after just a day or so of hanging out, Steven and Jordan, they film for Backpacker magazine. They are professional backpackers. So what they do is they go out in the woods for days on end and film episodes of how to backpack, showing the viewers all these amazing spots to go and how to do it
tools to bring.
Yeah, how to do it without dying, essentially.
That's
really.
much it. That's a good way to say it.
And so our friend Mark, with the 4 kids, makes amazing margaritas. And Steve and Jordan had an extra permit, or 2 extra permits, to go on this backpacking. So Mark, his wife, decided to go, and which is huge. She's never done it before. And Mark's making all these margaritas, and this is the night before this huge 30-mile trek. And they're
Real
like,
quick, we didn't know it was going to be 30 miles. It was 2 nights up to the Tetons. That's all they said.
yeah, yep. And so the night before, Mark's making all these amazing margaritas that he does, and they're like, Erika, why don't you just come? And she's had a couple thinking that she could sleep in the next morning.
Well, they were all sipping theirs as like a farewell nightcap. And I was doing more than just sipping mine because I was like, you guys are going to have fun tomorrow. I'll be sleeping in. And what was it, like 9 or 10 at night? They're like, wait, why don't you come? And the tequila was like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
So I started packing. It's dark outside. And I just threw in what I thought I might need.
And so I was really excited for Erika to go because with being a new mom, she's a new mom. And so a lot of her life is with Shanti. And same with mine, but mama's mama. It takes a lot of that responsibility. So I was like, yes, Erika, just go. This is an amazing opportunity for you to just take off with no extra responsibility. And she was a little worried for sure. Like, she'd never been away from Shanti for that long. But I was like, what a beautiful opportunity for Shanti to be without her mom for a little bit, which I believe is healthy. And then for Erika to be without Shanti for a little bit, which I also believe is healthy, and just be her own independent person for a couple days. So I was really excited for her.
Yeah.
I was really excited for her. Then the next morning, we all said our goodbyes and they took off.
We did. I don't know if it was my hesitation of being away from Shanti or my nervousness about my physical abilities. Could I or couldn't I? Even the mental strength. When I used to be a long-distance runner, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got was that your mind will always quit before your body does. So that was kind of like my mantra through this whole thing. Every time my mind started to say, I don't know about this, I pretty much talking to myself the entire trip. Like, no, you can do this. Just one more step is all you have to do every time. And I did that. And we ended up going 30 miles in a 50-hour span. Some miles were really long and some just flew by. The first day it rained the entire day, so we were all walking in like waterlogged shoes with heavy backpacks, and but we got to see moose and a lot of bear poop. We crashed out the first night. We're all super stoked we did it. That was 11 miles. We slept 9,000 feet in altitude on a cliffside. In fact, that next morning, I think it was a mountain goat. Well, we woke up and it was in our camp, not like in the distance, but laying by our camp, right by the tents, just hanging out, eating with us all morning, because he had climbed the cliff up to the side of our ledge where we were sleeping. So the view was spectacular. And the next day, so much happened, but we ended up going 14 miles. Towards the end, we were running out of water, which is way more dangerous than the wildlife that we were in. We were too deep in the forest to call it safe because it was just bear territory. So not only did we have to get out of the bear territory to find like an opening, we were all down to just sips of water. So we had to find water source first. The sun was going down. Midday that day was the hardest point in my journey for that hike. I wish I could say that this was easy. It's not. Whew. The only shoes I had to take on the hike, I had spent miles running in, so they were on their last leg. And from being wet the day before, in old shoes, my feet were covered in blisters. Not like one on the heel, but they were uncountable. And luckily, the professional backpackers jumped in and they dried out my feet, gave me some wool socks, loosened my laces, put some moleskin where everything was sensitive so I could finish the trek. So anyways, by the time we got to the last spot, I was walking funny because I couldn't put pressure on my blisters. We were all walking funny, let's just say that, after the second night. But if I were to sum up this hiking trip, it would be that I felt every emotion possible wrapped up into just a short amount of time. There were times I felt completely defeated, and right around the corner, more accomplished than I had been in a long time. I was exhausted going to bed and rejuvenated in the morning. I cried, I laughed, a lot of inner deep thinking and a lot of outward jokes. It was just everything that you'd want.
We got a phone call from Erika that they were in town and all the kids were really excited and they finally get back, and it was just like an amazing reunion. Hey! Erika was crying and Bree was crying and
I don't cry that often, you guys. I'm just saying. I do not. It was a lot, and I wouldn't take a tear back though. It was worth everything that I felt.
And at that particular place, there was a 5-day stay limit. So we had to pack up and just about leave the next day. And we said goodbye to everybody and started making our way even more north.
So Steve and Jordan had to take off to go film more hiking adventures towards Wisconsin. And but the other ones were kind of going the general same direction that we are, or were.
So now we're kind of caravanning with the other two families and just hanging out. So we left that spot, found another place, and here we are. And you'll see where this is on the next episode. If you feel so inclined, like and subscribe to our channel. If you don't, whatever, I'll still keep making videos regardless because it's a lot of fun. And with that, peace.